నమో నమః అందరికీ నమస్కారములు. Today is the 7th day of our classes of yoga, which is part of Sanatana Dharma course, third month going on. We will start the session with Vande Mataram and then Prarthana. I request Challa Chettibabu garu to recite Vande Mataram, please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Suprajyosna pulakitayaminim pullakusumita drumadala shobhinim suhasinim sumadhura bhashinim sukhadam varadam mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram. Namaskar.
వందే మాతరం. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. Now, to the request, Chavali Visalakshi garu to chant Pradhana, please.
Sarvabhyo Namaskara. Let us meditate for a minute. So gently close your eyes, relax your body, and focus on your breath. गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतु। ॐ श्री महासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गतिर्गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karvavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ధన్యవాదములండి. చావల్లి విశాలాక్షి గారు.
మేడం మీకు ఫోన్ చేస్తుంది చేయమన్నా
Just a minute. I'll. Okay, let us start. I'm sorry today there was some problem, but go ahead. Right. Chest exercise, Vakshasthara Shakti Vikas. abdominal exercise. Breathe out and pulling the abdomen. Up. In different positions, same abdominal breathing. Breathing in and breathing out with the stomach moving forward and backward. With every breathing, you inhale, your stomach should come forward. With every breathing out, it should go backward. Looking down. Kak Mudra. This Kak Mudra is like a relaxation between the heavy breathing of the abdominal exercise. Hold the breath as long as you can without you have to bend the leg forward without lifting your hold the breath, closing the eyes. Then breathe out after lifting up the head. Next, bend 60 degrees, repeat the same. Then 90 degrees. Now at 60 degrees, you breathe out and shake the abdomen without breath. The abdomen should be soft, in which case you are free from all health problems of the abdomen. These exercises will make it soft. 90 degrees. And Nauli. Nauli is a special exercise where you get a horizontal column in between. Okay, then go to Shavasana. I hope by now you are quite familiar with the exercise up to stomach. So beyond stomach, we'll do tomorrow onwards. Go to the left. Go to center. Go to the right. Come back to center. And now I teach you some new asanas. So we have already done Pavanamuktasana, Vasudasana, Vajrasana, Shankasana. So this is Uttarasana. With the legs and head up, taking in and out. Shavasana the second. Then we go for Dhanurasana. Right over on your tummy. Pull your legs and up. Then we go for Chakrasana. The Chakrasana is called. Keep your legs folded like this. Keep your hands like this. Breathe in and lift up your full body. Hold the breath at the top. Close your eyes and come down and breathe. fourth one is Matsyasana. That is Padmasana, lying down on the ground.
Then bend the neck upwards, hold the feet, touch the elbows to the ground. Breathing normal, close your eyes.
Go back to Shavasana. Turn to the left. Come to center. Go to the right. Come to the center. Deep breathing. Feel the breathing going in and coming out in various parts of the body in general. Long deep breath. Okay, get up and do pranayama. There is a difference between Bhastrika and Kapalabhati. Bhastrika, we are moving forward with the breathing. In Kapalabhati, you leave it loose so it automatically comes up. That's the only difference. Otherwise, everything is the same. This is called Kapalabhati. So Bhastrika is just the same, but conscious movement forward. Whichever nose is free, breathe in through that, and whichever is not free, breathe out through that. So that will be clear. Left to right, right to left, and left, right, right. If the right is open, then you are free from cold. you're having cold, then right grows first automatically. So we do Ladi Swasan pranayam, right, long deep breath. Before that, we do sexual breathing. Upper chest. Mid chest. Abdominal breathing. Full breath. You go for meditation. First meditation is watch your breath. Inhaling, exhaling, feel the breath. Keep your tongue upwards. Tip of the tongue touching the back, top of the palate. So that the air from the nostrils will fall on the tongue tip inside the mouth. Then feel the breath. It's so hum. Inhalation, so exhalation hum. The next Om meditation. Close your eyes, be blank for some time. ओंकारं बिंदु संयुक्तं सदा ध्यायन्ति योगिनः कामदं मोक्षदं चैव ओंकाराय नमः ओंकाराय ओंकाराय नमः. Okay, now we'll have our theory class. I'll just bring the notes. So yoga in relation to other systems of Indian thought, with special reference to Buddhism and Jainism. Well, we have two major religions to the world born out of Hinduism in India. One is Buddhism and other is Jainism. Are they really totally different? Yes and no. They are different to the extent of not accepting any god and not accepting Veda as an authority and not accepting the Vedic rituals. Except these three factors, of course, including temple worship, idol worship, everything. So, rituals as a whole. Accepting this, that said, the philosophical details of Buddhist and Jain thought are exactly same for all the rest of the aspects, like dharma, karma and dharma, karma based birth and death and rebirth, and dharma and the yoga, the meditation, pranayama, everything is exactly the same. So the Jaina Darshana and Bauddha Darshana and Charvaka Darshana, they are three atheistic thoughts. And therefore they are called the Avaidika Darshanas. There are 6 Vaidika Darshanas which uphold the authority of Veda and therefore accept the existence of God or Ishvara. Like we have the Sankhya Darshana, we have the Nyaya Darshana, we have the Vaiseshika Darshana, we have the Yoga Darshana, and we have the Vedanta Darshana and Mimamsa. And Mahavira was the main teacher of Jain philosophy. And Charvakas are based on Charvaka, and Buddhist philosophy is based on Buddha's teachings. So all of them have a common, not only all these three, but even the remaining Astika or those which accept God all have one common objective, and that is to get moksha, freedom. Now, moksha can be interpreted in different ways. Moksha can be interpreted as not getting born at all in the next lives, which is definitely moksha, because the moment you are born, you are in tremendous suffering inside the womb itself. The suffering will be painful, extremely painful and miserable. And immediately after birth, the birth itself will be miserable. And then continuous misery will be experienced. You can see the baby is always crying, which is the misery being expressed. And you know, as the baby grows, how much misery the parents go through, and how much the baby grows, struggling to the extent of being able to settle in life. It takes 30, 40 years. And of course, in case of girls, the marriage takes around 25, 30 years to get married. It's a very, very, very excruciatingly painful task the life becomes, except for a few pleasurable moments here and there. So how to get liberated? When you die, you should not be born again. And when you are alive, you should not suffer. So that is the dukkhas. You know the story of Siddhartha. He saw the major dukkhas. He saw a dead body. He saw a diseased man. And he saw a injured person, a beggar. Then he realized that this life the life is full of miseries, and how to overcome the misery. What is the root cause of misery? Dukkha. So this cause of dukkhas is recognized as avidya or aviveka, the false relationship with objects of experience, whose nature is decay and death. When you identify yourself with an object which is decaying, like the human body, or which will die, then you have to suffer dukkha. If you are unable to dissociate, like for example, what happens in sleep, good sleep. So when you are in good sleep, you are already detached, dissociated from your body. You are free from all the kleshas coming out of this body. Similarly, in absorption in deep meditation, you will be free. But is there any other way you can be free? There are many ways. So the samsara, or the cycle of birth and death, contains dukkhas. This liberated state, freedom from dukkhas, is known as moksha or apavarga or nirvana or turiya or liberation or self-realization. So the method of achieving the emancipated state is the fourth principle. The method involves physical austerities as well as mental discipline. The technical process is called yoga. So that's where the yoga fits in. The process is technically meant for overcoming emancipation from these above afflictions. So Vasanakshay, Manonasha, Tattvajnana Vashat, Jnana Raksha, Tapasiddhi, Sarvasamatvam. So when the Vasanas are eliminated and mind is destroyed, mind has become cessation, cessated. Vasanakshay, Manonasha, Tattvajnana Vashat, due to the Jnana Raksha, Tapasiddhi, Sarvasamatvam, Dukkha Nivrutti. That is the emancipated state of liberation. Now these different schools of thought, which are darshanas. So in this unit, we will be touching upon the Shad Darshanas, though we'll go deeper later. We have already talked about Yoga Darshana many times. Patanjali is the Sutrakara who gave the Yoga Sutras to summarize the Yoga Darshana. And Nyaya Darshana is the system of logical proof, valid knowledge, either by observation or by inference, or by referential knowledge, Shruti Pramana, Shabda Pramana. So with each one of them, yoga has a relationship. Like for example, when you take yoga and nyaya together, the word yoga is mentioned in the Nyaya Sutras also as a condition in which the mind is in contact with the self alone. Atmastha yoga. As a result of which there is a mental equilibrium and insensitivity to bodily pain. So to a technical process to achieve absorption within yourself. Yogas chittavritti nirodha tada drashtu swarupe avastha. Swarupanishtha. During that time, you are free from all pains and afflictions of the body and mind, because mind itself does exist. When you are in the self alone, Atmastha Yoga, in Vaiseshika Sutras also, yoga is defined as being Atmastha, being in yourself. Drashtu Swarupe Avastha. because the afflictions are coming due to the senses and the mind. When the mind is extremely agitated or pained due to the contact of the environment, you see the senses. So the senses and the mind cause the afflictions. So if you are able to overcome the afflictions caused by the mind and senses by being established in self, that is liberation. That is what is the link between yoga, Nyaya and Vaiseshika. Nyaya and Vaiseshika are very closely related. And about Sankhya, the theoretical framework of yoga is nothing but Sankhya, Prakriti Purusha. So the first sutra of Sankhya says, Trividha Dukkha Nivrittiratyanta Purushartha. Highest Purushartha, highest human effort is to overcome 3 types of miseries. You know what are those? Adi Bhautika, Adi Bhautika, Adhyatma. That's why we say Shanti 3 times. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We are praying for calming down of the pains which are physical or natural or psychological. Then relationship between yoga and Vedanta is also very close. Vedanta is the theory and yoga is the practice. Without yoga, Vedanta will remain a theory only. And yoga and Jainism, word Jaina comes from Jira, Jai Jinendra. Jina means a person who has conquered senses and mind, which is nothing but yoga itself. So they teach the same principles of yoga, Satya, Ahimsa, Brahmacharya, Steya, Aparigraha. And therefore, they are same with yoga. The theory of karma is also same. So Jainas also teach yoga. It is aimed at getting moksha liberation. They don't talk of Paramatma, but they talk of the Jiva himself becoming purer and purer and getting emancipated. So the Buddha himself practiced yoga in depth. And he became Buddha from Siddhartha through the processes of yoga. And the core principles of Buddhism are Samyak Drishti, Samyak Sankalpa, Samyak Vacha, Samyak Karma, Samyak Ajiva, Samyak Vyayama, Samyak Smriti, Samyak Samadhi. So you can see that yoga is totally integrated Buddhism and Jainism. So I'll stop here. Tomorrow we'll try to cover Sankhya philosophy. Today I had a problem with the phone and clock and all those things. That's why tomorrow I'll avoid such problems. So I finished my class. If anybody wants to ask anything else.
ధన్యవాదములండి. Anybody wants to ask any questions? The forum is open.
Namaste, Guruji.
Yeah.
Yes. Should we follow this Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dhyana? All these are quite required, or can straight away go for Atma Jnana? Is there any like that?
No, how will you go for Atma Jnana? Will you take a bus or something, or how will you reach it?
By realizing that we are one with God, like that, some Almighty exists in ourselves.
How will you get that God?
Without
yoga,
contemplating one with that.
That is yoga only again. So without yoga, it is theoretical knowledge. It's like, If you simply tell somebody something, he will not agree. If you tell anybody on the street you are not this, supposing there is a man who is beating somebody, if you go and tell that person who is beating, don't beat him because you are Atman, you are God, will you stop?
We will
So
not
theoretical knowledge,
we will not reveal
theoretical
any.
knowledge,
We will not reveal anybody, but we will feel oneness with God. God exists. The force exists in us. We exist because of His this one, like that oneness with
so
God.
that
So
is
that,
Bhakti Yoga. That is yoga only. What you are telling is Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. I already covered Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Karma. All are related to each other. See, in the Bhakti Yoga also, there is a meditation, there is a concentration, and there is emotional absorption. So you are talking of Bhakti Yoga now. Previously you talked about Jnana Yoga. So to get Jnana Yoga, you require Jnana, which is direct experiential Jnana. Theoretical Jnana is not adequate, which is good. You can have Vedanta Jnanam, which is good, but it's not adequate. So the transformation has to happen. It will happen only through your own internal processes. So in the case of Jnana Yoga, the theoretical knowledge which is there in the Vedanta Darshana, Vedanta Shastras, Vedanta text is not adequate. It is good, but there is a transformation required. For example, you have to get into Sattva Guna. If you are in Rajoguna and Tamoguna, you will never be able to get anywhere, right? Am I right? Do you agree? So to reach Sattva Guna, what is the procedure? Yoga is the procedure. That's not the only procedure. Bhakti Yoga also is there. So Bhakti Yoga is another. There also, the mechanism that is happening is concentration, meditation, absorption. They get samadhi in Bhakti Yoga. I hope you understood my answer. Of yoga is inherent in Bhakti Yoga, and Raj Yoga is a prerequisite for Vedanta Jnana, which is otherwise theoretical and meaningless. So I'll give you one very simple anecdote. The head of the Ramakrishna mission, he was suffering badly with some health problem. So he was suffering so much. So somebody went and told him, Swamiji, why are you suffering? You are not this body. Because he is head of the Ramakrishna mission. You know that you are not this body. You are Brahman. Why are you suffering? What is the answer? Tell me.
body will take. It has to enjoy. It has to face the prarabdha, and it is not.
But
Self is
that
different.
he's getting pain. Body is not getting pain. Person is getting pain. This man is getting pain. So he is getting pain. He is suffering. So your theoretical knowledge will not help, and he is head of the entire Ramakrishna mission. So this is the point. Theoretical knowledge is not adequate. So you have to have something else, that is experiential establishment itself. It can be achieved through Bhakti Yoga also, but again absorption meditation are all there. So it is actually the reality is that a combination of Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, all that will work. That is the reality. Theoretically, you can say many things. Okay. Next.
Gautam ji.
Namaskar. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Actually, I was asking that some religions, their discipline and so on, it seems that they are limited to only yam, maximum niyam. Only yam niyam they are limited. They do not go beyond that. The normal, like Abrahamic religion and some, they have ethics and so on. So Marxism also, there are so many ethics that keep others happy and something like that. So they are like they're limited to Yom Niyam only. They do not go beyond that. Is it correct? My perception.
Well, yes and no. In the sense, you see, yesterday I had a big 2-hour session, 2.5-hour session, conducted by one Korean organization, HWPL. The name of the organization is HWPL. You can check in the internet also. HWPL stands for Heavenly World Peace and Light. So this organization is based in Korea. And they conducted a session yesterday calling some 25 people from various religions. And everybody was asked to find what is common. So everybody told a lot of things common. Of course, you are right, Yama and Niyama are common. Of course, in Buddhism and Jainism, there is no Ishvara Pranidhana, which is the final fifth principle in Niyamas. What are Yama and Niyamas? Satya, Ahimsa, Brahmacharya, Asteya, Parigraha, Shaucha, Santosha, Tapas, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhana. Ishvara Pranidhana means bhakti, dedications, prapatti, complete surrender. Which is Buddhism and Jainism, because there is no Ishvara. So even the statement that Yama and Niyama are there for everybody is not true. Even our own Buddhist Jain philosophies don't have Ishvara Pranidhana. They harp more on the first five only, Yama Satya, Ahimsa, Brahmacharya, Asteya. You go to Jains, you go to Buddhists, they will only tell these five. They also practice Shaucha, Santosha, Tapas, Swadhyaya, but they will not talk about Ishvara. So coming to Abrahamic religions, that's what yesterday I was heading that whole discussion. So now it's a very crucial point. See, the world has about 4 or 5 major religions in terms of the population. Christianity has the maximum number of population. Islam is number 2. Hinduism is number 3 now. Buddhism is number 4. Previously, Buddhism was 3 and Hinduism was 4. But because of communism in China, Hinduism became number 3 and Buddhism became number 4. Jainism and Baha'ism and Zoroastrianism and Sikhism have a very, very small number of followers. So even as per Constitution of India, Sikhism and Buddhism and Jainism are considered as part of it. The Hindu law will be applicable to all of them. They follow same procedures of rituals. So the 3 religions which are outside India are Judaism, that is Jews and Christians and Muslims. Now, the whole world is having these people that we cannot wish away. Even after 100 years or immediately now, all these people will be existing. So we have to have a balance to strike, to be able to live together happily and peacefully. How do we do that? So we can do that only by finding common factors. Like you are speaking Bengali, I am speaking Telugu. All the people here are in Telugu, but I am speaking in English so that there is a common factor. Everybody wants me to speak in Telugu, but you won't understand that. So, common factor is the LCM, least common multiple, arithmetic. It will not be maximum, it is least common, but common minimum program. Even in the UPA government, they had a common minimum program. So that way, what is common minimum when you examine? Yes, you are right, 100% right, that Yama and Niyama are there. And Ishvara Pranidhana is very much there. The word Islam itself means Ishvara Pranidhana, surrender to the will of God. And bhakti is very much there. And bhakti yoga, if you take, is very much there in Islam and Christianity and Judaism. So I have identified 3 principles which are common. One is the dharma, which is expressed in Yama and Niyama. It's common, even among Islam, Christianity and Judaism. They have the commandments which say don't steal, don't cheat, don't kill, all those things. They may not follow, that is a separate issue. We are talking only what is written in the scripture. We are not talking about what people do. People can do anything. For example, it is written in Quran that a masjid constructed on a property which belongs to somebody else is not recognized, is not a valid masjid. and a temple or any such thing which belongs to somebody else cannot be used to construct a masjid after demolishing that. That is clearly written there. But they don't practice. They demolished hundreds and thousands of structures. Not only temples, but they have demolished the synagogues, churches. They have done this all the time, and they have constructed mosques there. Now this is an error. It is an aberration. So we cannot go by what people practice, but we go only by what is written in the scriptures. So what is written in the scriptures, in Quran, in Bible? So the basic dharma values, truth, non-violence, chastity, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. That is the way they describe brahmacharya. And thou shalt not kill. That is the way they describe ahimsa. Thou shalt not steal. So out of 10 commandments, 9 commandments are same. Okay, let me finish my answer first, then I'll go to another question. So out of 10 commandments, 9 commandments are exactly same. Only one commandment is don't worship any god except Allah or except Jehovah. That is the first commandment. And opposing any temple, idol, and all those things. So you are correct in saying that Yama and Niyama are same. But they do have bhakti. Because Yama itself, we have the last principle of Ishvara Pranidhana. What is Ishvara Pranidhana? It is nothing but bhakti, prapatti, surrender, complete surrender to God, Ishvara. That they have. The word Islam itself means that. So you cannot say they have only Yama and Niyama. Of course, they have many negative issues which are the cause of the conflicts, wars. The positive issues
sir,
are everybody has.
I was telling sir that beyond that, like asana, pratyahara, pranayam, these concepts that go and sit and meditate, like even pratyahara, that where you are negating all the thoughts are coming, you are just not identifying that you are sakshi bhava you're doing. These kind of processes are not mentioned at all anywhere.
Yeah, they don't have any shastras. Not only this, they don't have any shastras, but the principle of prayer. So if you take namaz, they are sitting on vajras, they are bending forward, shashankas. They're standing up and again bending down, again standing up, again bending down. This is like Surya Namaskar. And they are also doing neck exercises. They are doing chanting. They are repeating. You see a lot of old people in Muslims or Christians. They are going on chanting the name of the God with rosary, with a bead of the rosary of beads. That mala will be there. What are they doing? Are they not doing japam? Are they not doing concentration, meditation? Prachara and all, they may not have that much knowledge. As I tell, they will tell everything crudely. Like thou shalt not kill. They will not say ahimsa. So this is crudely they do, but they are doing, without which there will be no result coming to them, some benefit. See, they believe in God. That God is slightly different, defined. Of course, a lot of people in Hinduism say their God is different from our God. Well, God is only God. There cannot be 25 types of gods because by definition, Brahman is defined as that which is the cause of creation, sustenance, and dissolution. Yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yasmin pravishanti tad brahma. So you cannot have more than one entity which will do the same thing. So that's why in the Rigveda, Ekam Sat Vipra Bhavdhavanti Indram Mitram Varunam Matrishvam Suparnavaga. So Indra, Mitra, Varuna, so many gods are mentioned in the Rigveda. But it says the truth is only one. They know that and everybody knows. In Hinduism, everybody knows when you worship Durga Mata or Shiva or Ganapati or anybody, Surya also. You know that finally it is the same Parabrahman, Om. You know, everybody knows in Hinduism, but outsiders don't know. Outsiders think Hindus are having many gods, which is not true. Yes and no. They have apparently many gods, but they also know that all gods are finally one and the same. that the outsiders don't understand. So the integration between polytheism, pantheism, and monotheism is not understood by outsiders. That's why they criticize. And the other thing is idol worship, temple worship. I told yesterday there is no idol worship. Because it's like a photograph in an ID card. If you go to the airport, if you don't show your ID card with your photograph, you're not allowed. Is it idol worship or not? Yes and no. So in the same way, what is indicated, when they write a cross also, they are indicating something. That is also idol worship. You go to Makkah also, they are doing idol worship. So there is no idol worship in Hinduism. It is the Devata Upasana. Devata Upasana comprises of multiple Devatas, but all Devatas merge into one Ishvara and one Paramatma, one Parabrahma. This is not understood. It's not understood by outsiders. So, like for example, yesterday the Jain persons were saying that Jainism, Buddhism are same as Hinduism, except that they revolted against the rituals, yes, and sacrifice of animals, and temples, and idol worship and caste system like that. I said that is not true. There is no idol worship. That is a misunderstanding. It is a upasana process. So even in the Christianity, they worship, of course, that type of Christianity, that is Judeo-Christian, and worship only Jesus and Jehovah. They accept Jehovah, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Trinity they accept. Whereas in the Judeo-Christian and Judaism and early Christianity, there is no concept of Son, only Father, that is Jehovah. So who is Jehovah? The word Jehovah comes from Yahweh, means I am there. I am there means what? Existence. So they don't understand, because before if you look at the historical origin, before the Jews had only one God, Yahweh. They had many gods, just like in normal Hindus. Yahweh was one of the gods. He was supposed to be a god of war, like Shiva. There are so many other gods also they worship. But the Zoroastrian emperor, who was ruling a big empire under which Israel was a colony, he made a rule that all gods should be dropped, only one God should be there, because they are following one God principle, Ahura Mazda, in the Zen Devas of Zoroastrians. So because of that order, these people dropped all other gods and elevated Yahweh to only one. Same Yahweh became Jehovah in Christianity, and then became Allah in Islam. Allah is again very interesting word. It's not there in Islam alone. It was there hundreds and thousands of years before Islam was created. It was used just to indicate Parameshwara. They were all Hindus originally, and they have used the word Allah to indicate Ishvara. And there are Arabic poetries to that effect. They are inscribed on the walls of Birla Mandir in Delhi. So once the Islam was created, instead of using the word Yahweh or Jehovah, which they should have, they dropped it, and instead of that, they used their local word, original word for God, that is Allah. Al-Ilah. In Sandhi, it becomes Allah. Yeah, next. I think shall we close?
Yeah, I think we had enough of discussion today. We will have Prarthana and close. Okay. Chavali Visalakshi garu.
Om swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथ्वी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतं सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जन सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति
ధన్యవాదములండి విశాలాష్ గారు. Now let us recite national anthem. చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय जय
జై హింద్.
I think we can close.
ధన్యవాదములండి.